Okay, this is section 7.4, day 3, and we're just going to practice using some more 45-90 and 30-60-90 triangles. So using that same table trick that we were talking about in the first 2 days, I'm going to do the same thing here. So 45, 45, 90, x squared to 2, and across from the 45 is the value I have, so I know this is 6, and then I can just plug my 6 right in there, so I'll get 6 square roots of 2. Next one is a 30-60-90. These were the slightly harder triangles, x squared roots of 3 and 2x. The side we have is across from 30, so 5 square roots of 3. We're trying to figure out what the x would be, so if I kind of get rid of the square root of 3, I'll end up with 5. And then 5 times 2 would be 10, and it gives me both of those. Next one, if I know these two sides are equal, I know it's a 45, 45, 90. So that means x squared roots of 2. We have the hypotenuse right now, so I'm going to put the 8 right there. We're going to divide by square root of 2 and get rid of it. We're trying to solve for x. We're trying to figure out what those would be. Can't have square roots on the bottom, so we're going to multiply by square root of 2. 8 square roots of 2, just multiplying across. And then this would be square root of 4, which is 2. And then we'll just reduce a little bit. So it looks like this guy is 4 square roots of 2. Okay, a couple more in your notes. Number 4, another 30-60-90. x squared roots of 3 and 2x. The side that we have is across from the 60, so I'm going to put an 18 there. And our job is to figure out what x will be. So I'm going to divide by square root of 3. That'll get rid of it there. We don't like square roots in the bottom, so we'll multiply by square root of 3. So I have 18 square roots of 3 over square root of 9, which is just 3. And then I'm going to reduce that so I get a 6. So this guy is 6 square roots of 3. And then when I bring it down here, the 6 and the 2 get timesed, and so I get 12 square roots of 3. Next one, if these two are equal, that means those sides are equal. It means we're dealing with a 45, 45, 90. x squared roots of 2. Right now I have the 45s. I know that those are 5s. So all I have to do is plug a 5 in there and get 5 square roots of 2. 30-60-90. x squared roots of 3 and 2x. What we have right now is the hypotenuse. So we'll put an 8 there. So if I divide by 2, it looks like x is 4. And that 4 would go right there. So 4 square roots of 3. Number 7, it's got a couple things going on. You've got a smaller triangle here with a 30-60-90, and then we've got this triangle right here, which is a 30-60-90. And I'm going to work just with this triangle first. So I've got a 30-60-90. We've got an x squared roots of 3 and 2x. In this picture, if I just make that a 90, I know the hypotenuse is 8. So that means that if I divide by 2, my x is going to be 4, which is what I'm looking for, that guy right there. So I'm going to put a big 4 right there. And then I know my other side would be 4 square roots of 3. And now we're going to move over to the other triangle. So 30-60-90, x squared roots of 3 and 2x. What we have right now is the across from 60. So that's not helpful at all. So we're going to go ahead and divide by square root of 3. So x equals, and we don't like square root of 3's in the bottom, so we're going to put one on the top and the bottom. So 4 square roots of 3 over square root of 9, which is 3. Not the prettiest answer we've had, but still an answer. And then the hypotenuse, that's what we're looking for, is right there. And then the hypotenuse, which didn't have a letter, but we'll solve it just to practice. You just times it by 2. So 8 square roots of 3 over 3. Next one, got a few triangles in there. If this is a 30, and these guys are all 90s, that means that's a 60. And that's kind of what we want to focus on, is that triangle right there. So on a 30-60-90, we've got x squared roots of 3 and 2x. So right now the value we have is across from the 60, and that's 10. So we'll divide by square root of 3. And we'll multiply by square root of 3 over 3. So I get 10 square roots of 3 over 3. That's what this guy is. And then this one is 2 times that. So 20 square roots of 3 over 3. One more. 150 out there. This is a linear pair. So 150 and the 30 is right there. So 30, 60, 90. X square root of 3, 2x. What we have right now is the across from the hypotenuse. So 4 square roots of 2 we'll put there. We're solving for x, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Looks like I could kind of go like this, put the 2 into the 4 and get 2 square roots of 2. That's what my x is. And then I would have to put 2 square roots of 2 right there. So it's 2 square roots of 2 with a square root of 3. And when you have 2 square roots being multiplied, you can multiply their inside. So for a total of square root of 6. Again, I would really set up these 30, 60, 90 and the values that they have, and the 45, 45, 90s. I think it helps you kind of separate who equals what and what you need to solve for.